Hi, my name is Ash Oberoi. I was born in Nairobi, Kenya, some years back. Um, yeah. Well, my family is a very business-orientated family, nothing actually to do with the dancing industry like what I've gone into. I'm the only one who's actually taken the art side, but having said that, my mum is a poet, so there is some link of the art side. My dad's a businessman. So I think from the artistic point of view, the poetry and the dance is kind of, the art side is there in our family. I think more than inspiration, sometimes you discover yourself, what you're talented at, what you kind of feel comfortable in. And dancing, when I was a very young child, I kind of started very young and almost got to know that I had a talent and I wanted to take it further. And I think with the help of my parents putting me into dancing, like for Kathak and ballet and other styles of dance, I kind of got into it that way. So. Yeah, when I was young in school, we were taught ballet, and then I took extra classes for Kathak. I had a teacher who used to teach me Punjabi, and she actually was the one who possibly got me into more of the dancing style of Bhangra style, and that's where I kind of then, you know, developed my dancing abilities more. But yes, I used to look up to her for the kind of if maybe a little bit of inspiration from her because she kind of pushed me more into that area. Swaran. My first job really is when I opened the school myself and took on board opening Sapnay School of Dance 4 years ago, where I taught children as young as 3.5 right up to teenagers and adults. So really that is where it all began from. In this process, when I did start up the school, I was able to produce Bollywood champions, and we actually have the title of the first ever Bollywood champion in the UK. Yes, we have branches in Harrow, Northwood, and Kingsbury, and each branch has at least 4 to 5 classes taking styles such as Bollywood, hip hop, and Bhangra. I think I've always had that interpretation of Bollywood as being a very choreographer's own mind of style. It's not really, there's no set rule with Bollywood dancing, but what you get is a flavor, whatever the choreographer feels is what you put to the music, your style, your moves come according to that. I've always felt it's more of what the choreographer does and feel rather than just, picking any old bits and bobs. Whereas with other dance styles, there's actually quite a substantial way of producing, like with Kathak, there's 7 years of this, Bharatanatyam, there are degree courses for that. Whereas with Bollywood, it's more a flavor of what the choreographer feels. I think with us and how we've made our mark is really the uniqueness of our choreography and the quality of our work. And when I say quality, it always also really depends on the professionalism that you deliver to a student, even as being a teacher. You want to bring the best out of your student, and I think that's very important. When they do come to us, you do see a student grow in our school from the beginning to right at the end, as long as they've been with us. And when you see that progress is when you know that you've delivered as a teacher, as a choreographer to the job. It's unique because, again, it comes back to that thing about the choreographer's feel to the music. So we try to create, dance steps or dance routines or moves that are not very common, not very seen everywhere. So, at the end of the day, when you're putting a routine together, it's got to look different. It's not something that somebody looks at and says, "Oh, I've seen that before." So I think that's what makes it unique. Within Bollywood, Right. Yeah. Um, it would depend really on the kind of song that we're teaching. If it's got a classical flavor to it, then I'd have slight subtle moves, elegance. If it's a very sharp, a song that's got a lot of energy, pizzazz, it's then the moves are catered to kind of the song that we have as well. But the key thing is to always keep the kind of accuracy of of the moves quite clean, sharp, and accurate.
How would you say that you're teaching Bollywood? Bollywood contributes to life?
I think dance in any form or shape, and if you take Bollywood in particular, contributes a lot. Bollywood teaches you about the culture. It allows people to come together to know about something else which is different. It invites other people from different countries to come together by bringing in Bollywood shows that are of a very high scale, like the IFA Awards was held here in Yorkshire. And then also from a health point of view, if you look at Bollywood dancing, yes, it allows people to kind of take it as up as an exercise and keep fit.
How do you adapt your traditional folk and classical training into Bollywood?
Yeah, right. The traditional dancing never dies out. You will always have a flavor of the tradition in your even modern style of dancing, because even modern music will always have a flavor of traditional instruments in it. That's how I've kind of maintained also with the Bhangra classes that I teach to ladies, that I always manage to have them learn the traditional way, but adopt it to the modern music as well.
When you market your classes, what would you say have been the positive experiences and maybe also some of the negative experiences?
I think the positive experience for me as a teacher and as a choreographer is to see one of my students flourish to the maximum. They come to us to learn. That is our job, to teach. And when we see that transition of a child that's had a nice growth in learning a dance style and excelling and also winning competitions and gaining a title, that for us is very satisfying. And that's when you think it's all worth doing what we're doing.
How would you say you have contributed to the development of Indian dance?
As we were the pioneers of bringing the fusion of Bollywood and hip hop, we've created our own kind of style as well. Yes, companies do that. Fusion work is there, but it's how you deliver to the fusion work. You can have bad fusion, you can have good fusion.
What would you say is the future of Indian dance?
In London, definitely there's now, I think possibly we've reached like the biggest market where people have become so aware of our style of dance, different styles of dance. And I think the best thing about it is that they enjoy it, they appreciate it, they love it, and they kind of get involved in it. And I think that's the way forward. This is my daughter Prableen. She's 11 years old. She started dancing at the age of 4, and at the age of 7, through my training, she won her first UK Bollywood Championship title. And she has progressed immensely. And through her work, she's had the opportunity to perform at very high profile events and shows held in the UK.
So tell us about the name.
The name actually came through her. So if you'd like to say a few things, say why, how.
Well, we were just sitting in the living room and we were just thinking of a name for the school. And we were thinking really nice names like Pyar and Mohabbat and everything like that. And then I asked Papa and I was like, how do you say dreams in Hindi? And he goes, Sapnay. And then we all became really happy and we were like, oh, that's the name. Then Mama said to me, well, there's got to be a reason why Sapnay, we have Sapnay as the name. And I was like, well, isn't it your dream? And Mom goes, yeah. And then I was like, wouldn't people come to you to fulfill their dreams about dancing? And Mom was like, yeah. So I was like, everything fits in together and we have a perfect name. She's my guru in dancing. And my dad's always like, the backbone of me as well, like pushing me to do things. And I always feel confident whenever both of them are with me. I feel that, nothing wrong can happen. And I just go for it. And then, I went for the championship and then I won and just so happy. And because Mom's training, I was just like amazed. So Mom's pushed me so much, and so's Dad. And they're amazing. They're the best parents.